The opinions expressed in the following program are that of the host and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions of CWC Entertainment Group, LLC, its affiliates, or any employee thereof.
Yeah. I want to. Canary Diamond, welcome to the Vincent radio show. They do it big, y'all. Great music, laughs, and so much more. Hey, you can hear y'all. There's multiple reasons why people gain weight.
Sure.
Relationship weight.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey.
Syndicated, award-winning and Syndicated. This is the VTRS Vincent radio show. Your main man, Vincent Heartbreak Tucker.
Hello. How are you? It's Myskenna.
It's a good thing she brushed her teeth this morning.
Hello. How are you? This is Yellostar.
All them H's.
But like, I'm tripping out about how she dragged that L. Hello.
Well, I'm glad that I was able to help y'all get started.
What up? It's that young man, Remon.
Yeah. Ha-ha.
Hey.
E.
I gotta get better friends.
Oh.
Appreciate
You've been
y'all.
trying that for a long time.
I know, right?
It's not working.
Still ain't got rid of it.
At all.
Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. First of all, as we begin, I can't believe we live in a world where 45, aka Trump, keeps chaos going on purpose to distract us from something. Russia. Number 43, George Bush cares about black people now and calling out bigotry under Trump. And Gucci Man is out of prison, dropped multiple albums, wrote a book, got off probation, got life together, is now married. What a year 2017 has been.
Plus all these storms, so the world is getting ready to end anytime soon.
Get your life right.
Right?
I wanted to focus on the dead part, but
Who would have predicted
Wait a minute.
I'm just
that
saying.
after the first half black president,
going there with
The first mulatto president.
going there with
I didn't go mulatto. I'm trying to keep it respectful. But I who would think after that we would have one of the most divisive and racist presidents of all time after?
Why are you surprised?
And the president that we accused of being divisive, number 43, is the one condemning bigotry.
Right, right. I mean, I didn't think he was ever racist. I just
right.
thought
I'm glad you said that.
he was not.
He didn't care about
he
poor
didn't
people.
make good decisions, but he did not care about poor people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can George Bush spell bigotry?
I was wondering that.
Who wrote that speech?
As he was speaking, I was wondering who wrote these words.
He could draw a painting of it, though.
Himself? He'll paint himself.
He paints now. That's his thing. But if you look at his pictures, they are horrible.
I bet.
He has not gotten any better in the 8-9 years that he's been out of office at all.
Oh my gosh. Keena, how have you been?
Well, since you asked,
There's another long L. Well.
Since you asked, I have been so wonderful. I've been great. I've had probably about a week and a half of just reflecting and learning about myself all over again, and now going into a new situation, a new era and time of my life yet again. 2017 has been quite an intriguing year, but other than that, Celeste and Deja has straight A's on their report cards. Who knew? They're winning their volleyball games.
Look at God.
ATD is kind of under the weather, but other than that,
Prayers
I'm
up to your
the
dad.
same.
Prayers up to your dad.
Yeah, Monday's his birthday, so I don't know if he's just got some kind of psychological thing going or what.
Oh, yeah, he's trying to get ready for the, like that. You know how when you're getting ready to call in to work,
Oh,
like you start practicing your cough.
is that what it is? He did.
He might just be resting up for the turn up.
Right. Exactly.
Because your dad is very convincing.
I will go convincing. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've heard.
I want to go animated, but convincing. We can do that.
That's how you got in this world.
He went. I was told that he went and he had to go and do some counseling and console some people.
Other words, Yellostar saying you are your father's child.
I heard him. I didn't agree or deny it.
Right, because that's what you do. You plead the fifth when you know the truth. When you know the truth, you plead the fifth.
My initials are ATD as well.
Sure. There's a reason for that as well.
Yeah.
The more you know. Oh, I forgot how it went. There we go. Yellow, how you been?
Remon, how are you?
Wow. What's the name of that book?
Right? Like, good morning, I'm glad I was able to get you started. Long L's and Yellostar's not here.
Oh my God.
Sorry, go ahead, y'all.
I'm good. Just happen to be living, man. Appreciating everything that's coming my way, and trying to keep it motivated and excited for the last half of the year. It's still a lot to do this year, but trying to keep it pumped up and ready for this holiday season to start.
Ramon.
Man, I've been good, man. Just staying busy, you know what I'm saying? Out here working, out here grinding. You understand? Got my hustling shirt on today. My hustle hard shirt on today. I'm ready to get it, man. Let's go.
I do have one thing that I would like to push it. So you know how there are parts of your life that are defined by things that have happened?
Right.
So now, my life forever, there's before MA and after MA.
MA?
Yeah, that's Marsha Ambrosius.
Oh. Yeah.
Because
I knew it was this week. Something about this week had changed. Now it makes sense.
That's why I'm just I'm content. I can, if I die tomorrow, I'm okay.
And I said it. I said he looks like he's in love today when he first walked in the studio.
Think I'm in love.
Jeez.
Shout out to VTRS, Yellostar, and Ramon got to entertain Marsha.
All you gotta do is say yes.
Why do you have to be plucking these taco meat hairs on your chest while you sing that, though? That's not appropriate. Why y'all didn't pause that moment?
Kina,
Here's unbutton this button.
First of all,
dramatic much.
You can't keep these buttons buttoned because there's too much strength going on in here.
Oh.
Second of all, this is not taco meat. This is permed. Okay, keep my chest hair permed.
Hey,
my stuff is straight and clean. Straight and clean.
Hey, but y'all should have seen Yellow on the elevator when we was riding the elevator with Marsha. Yellowstar was leaning off in the corner, licking his lips like LL Cool J.
Yeah, with her man right next to her too.
Oh, he was there?
Well, I don't care. I'm bigger than him.
Oh, man.
He was like, that sounds like a personal problem to me.
Right. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You don't have to deal with that, brother.
Did she say yes?
You see, well, she was trying to, legit, she was trying to.
Yeah.
She was trying to. But then, whenever she was leaving, he was handcuffing her.
Yeah.
He was always within, 5 feet. Anytime I was around, he was, within 5 feet of her.
That's his meal ticket, duh.
I know. It's
Hold up.
He saw the sharks in the water coming for blood.
Yeah. He knew I'm about that life.
Saw that bad.
He was handcuffing. Yeah, he was handcuffing.
And then he seen that perm taco meat.
Hey, there was a mix-up with some of the stations that didn't get a chance to hear our interview with Sterling K. Brown from This Is Us and co-star of the new movie Marshall. So we're going to get into that next as Keyshia continues to clown Yellowstar by his taco meat. Syndicated and award-winning. This is the
Thank you, Vincent.
VTRS. Be right back.
Award-winning, this is the VTRS, the Vince Tucker Radio Show. Mission main man Vincent Heartbreak Tucker, and as we continue to be the new home for Black Star Power, our guest this episode is two-time Emmy Award winner Sterling K. Brown. Now you know him as Christopher Darden in the FX People vs. OJ series that aired last year, and also you know him as Randall Pearson on the hit NBC series This Is Us. Well, now Sterling is co-starring in the brand new movie Marshall, along with Kate Hudson, Josh Gad, and Chadwick Boseman as the title character Thurgood Marshall. Marshall is a true story of Thurgood's greatest challenge in those early days, a fight where he fought alongside attorney Sam Friedman, played by Josh Gad, a young lawyer with no experience in criminal law, the case of a black chauffeur, Joseph Spell, played by Sterling K. Brown, accused by his white employer, Eleanor Strubing, of sexual assault and attempted murder. They struggle against the hostile storm of fear and prejudice driven to discover the truth and a sensationalized trial that helped lay the groundwork for the civil rights movement. So Sterling, first off, how much did you know about Thurgood Marshall going into this film?
I was shocked with how little I knew about Thurgood Marshall. I knew about him being the first African-American Supreme Court justice. But this brother in 1941 and times before that going across the country trying to put out fires. So people can see this and be inspired by his example to address injustice where they see it, then all the better.
In Marshall, you play Joseph Spell, a black chauffeur who has been accused of raping and attempting to kill his white socialite employer, Eleanor Strubing. What exactly attracted you to this character?
I was coming off of the People versus OJ as a prosecutor, so it was intriguing to play the defendant. So this man is flawed. He was a cheater. He was a liar. But because he was those things, that does not mean that he was guilty of the crimes in which he was accused. And so it's too easy to see someone and automatically assume if the shoe fits, then they probably did it. Like, this man was innocent, and too often we are assumed guilty because of the color of our skin rather than assumed innocent.
When you did your due diligence and researched the character, what intrigued you about Joseph Bell?
What intrigued me is that someone who felt as if they had to lie to save their lives. Like, he couldn't just come out and say, like, look, we had sex, right? Because that admission, while it's seemingly innocuous in 2017, the repercussions of that in 1941 could have been the most severe. As a matter of fact, even though he was found not guilty and was set free, Joseph Spell was never heard from again. So we don't know if he changed his identity and went and was able to live, without any repercussions.
Mr. Spell, I'm Thurgood Marshall with the NAACP. You heard of us?
You a lawyer?
I am. This is Sam Friedman. He's a lawyer too.
Hey, you can go. Got no money for lawyers.
Anybody ask you for money? Did you rape that woman, Joseph?
No.
Why does she say you did?
I don't know why she's saying that.
She says you raped her and tried to kill her.
She lying.
I'm telling you this up front. The NAACP, we're not like most lawyers. We only represent innocent people, people accused because of their race. That's our mission. So I need to know this. Look at me now. Did you do what they said you did? If you want freedom, you're going to have to fight for it. The only way to get through a biggest door is to break it down.
Witness the rise of the man who helped change America. Marshall, starring Chadwick Boseman, Josh Gad, Kate Hudson, Dan Stevens, Sterling K. Brown, and James Cromwell. Marshall, directed by Reginald Hudlin, is available in theaters nationwide now.
Thanksgiving Day. It's the Feed the Homeless Drive, Emerald City Bar and Grill, 2532 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Dallas. It's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Get on out there. I know you're going to want some of that food. You can come out. Plus, they're going to have some toiletries and different things like that they're also going to be giving away. If you want to make a donation or volunteer, visit www.mbkdallas.org or you can call 877-998-4623.
iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver? When you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta? And you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. DJ Khaled, and this is iHeartRadio. Just type in the artists you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. With their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music all in one app. iHeartRadio.
Hey guys, this is Madeline Brene.
What up? This is Snoop D-O-Double G.
This is Missy Misdemeanor Elliott here.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Diddy.
And you are listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
Oh, yeah. For Rizzy.
Syndicated and award-winning and syndicated. This is the VTRS, Vincent Tucker Radio Show. Vincent, Heartbreak, Tucker, Myskenna, Yellostar, and Remon Charity E. Happy birthday to Charity E, by the way. Libra season coming to an end, wrapping up. Speaking of syndication, the show is now being syndicated on Amazon Alexa devices.
Woo-woo! Wait, can you say that one more time?
Amazon Alexa devices.
Woo-woo! What does that mean?
Those commercials where they're like, hey, Alexa, tell me what the weather is in Pasadena right now.
Mm-hmm.
It does stuff like that. You can talk to it.
So somebody can say, hey, Alexa, pull up the Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
That is correct.
And we'll be on there.
That's it.
Amazon Alexa devices, which include Amazon Echo and Amazon Echo Dot, are wireless voice activated smart speakers that feature a personal assistant voice service named Alexa, just as Yellowstar just mentioned. So
Alexa, pull up the Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
Yeah, and it would come up. It would.
Now streaming the Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
You got to program it, of course, y'all. You got to.
Oh, okay.
You got to talk to it first.
But I mean, as soon as you get it programmed, you can go in immediately and say, hey, Alexa, play the Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
Exactly. And you actually have to have one in the room. Like, you can't just be saying, hey, Alexa.
Right. You can't just be walking down the hallway and say it.
Right. I got you. So we need to go buy one just to have in the studio. So when we do that drop in the future, then it can say, dude, now playing the Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
Mm-hmm. I hope it says it just like that.
Yeah. Word, syllable for syllable. Exactly.
Everything. It's going to make me very happy.
No, it's an apologize. I'm just saying. It's the way you did it.
You did a great job.
Yeah, you just created a new commercial.
Random news. Secure the bag. The cost of Netflix and chill is going up, people.
Oh, no.
You might as well go to the movies at this point. Starting in November, Netflix will raise the monthly price for a standard tier from $10 to $11, and the price of the premium tier from $12 to $14, making this the largest price increase in streaming since 2014.
So if you already have it, are you locked into that price, or you have to see the increase too?
You will see the increase.
What?
I guess my level of Netflix and chill is very beginner level because I didn't know there was 2 tiers.
I didn't either.
So I think I'm on the standard tier because I paid $10. So I guess mine's going to 11. But if you pay premium, it's going to 14.
Mine is going to 0. I'm paying that.
People are shifting from cable to streaming. They need to keep up. So in an effort to maintain its presence, Netflix says they will be devoting a lot of effort to creating original programming to keep their subscribers. They said they're going to spend $7 billion on new content next year.
Yeah, I mean, when you start like giving out 50 million and 60 millions to do comedy specials, I assume you probably need to go up on your pricing.
Exactly. Can I get your login?
You would ask me on air?
Oh.
I got you.
I need better friends.
Speaking of better friends, first of all, anybody knows me knows that outside of Dallas,
here we go.
The 2 cities I love the most,
Pasadena,
are New York City.
Houston.
You know, I've never been west. I need to go see Pasadena.
Houston,
New Orleans.
New York and Houston are my next 2 favorite cities.
The people that don't know you west, right?
Huh?
We were all over the place.
Yeah, I've never been west.
I knew it was New York.
I knew one of them was New York.
Yeah.
So I hate doing stories about one of those cities, but there's a Houston man who's on the run after failing to show up in court after being accused of having sex with a fence.
What?
Eldorado Stada had been charged with indecent exposure.
You say the last name again?
Estelada?
Okay, he's not one of us.
Indecent exposure in connection to an alleged incident back on March 1st. According to the Houston Chronicle, officers received a phone call from a witness who saw and filmed Estelada peeing on the fence. Oh. The witness said Estelada then took off his clothes and began performing imaginary sex acts, including oral sex on the fence, which led to lewdness and even more lewdness.
What?
Maybe they should all get together and do that on the wall. Maybe that'll keep the wall, because ain't nobody gonna come touch the wall.
Oh, that's petty.
He was doing oral sex on the fence?
Imaginary sex acts.
Exactly.
Wow.
According to court documents, Estelada put his mouth inside the chain link fence and stuck his tongue out, moving it up and down before moving on to stick his erect penis into the chain link fence.
Did he use the same, link hole? That's what I want to know, because is he, using multiple holes on this chain?
Was he sleeping around with the fence
oh no.
Was the chain link fence on birth control? Do we have a pregnancy scare right now?
Did he go raw?
Apparently the witness said he did. The witness did say he was raw.
That's crazy.
Maybe there was an invisible woman that he was having sex with through the fence.
After being arrested for later that night, the 32-year-old was supposed to appear in court this past week, but he was a no-show.
Yeah, I wouldn't show up in court again.
I wouldn't show up anywhere. I would never show up in public.
He came to his senses when he realized what he was getting accused of. What? That's just
He had
weird.
to be drunk, right?
We gonna say he was. They left that part out.
Or on something.
You gave oral to a fence and then stuck your penis through it. You gotta be on something. No, that's not alcohol. It's on something else.
I thought they was just watching that film back and forth, just not like this fool. Look at this fool.
Yeah, it doesn't say how long. It does not say how long the witness was watching.
Yeah, I'm
before
sure.
calling.
Does it say how long he lasted?
Oh.
Get the bad ugly up next.
Now it's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Hello, people. Today's good, the bad, and the ugly kind of starts off a little bit rough. I wonder if they're going to do him like they did Bill Cosby, Mr. Harvey Weinstein. I know this is probably not a good story, but it is good for all the women that are coming out, #MeToo.
Yeah, they about to get him up out of here.
Yeah. Apparently, for all those that may not have known, Harvey Weinstein, the big movie Hollywood producer, has been accused of sexually assaulting several women in Hollywood. I think the number is up to like 60 at this point.
Wow, he surpassed Bill Cosby.
Exactly.
Wow.
So that's why I say I wonder if they're going to do him. Well, this week he was in a outpatient program, and they said he did take it very seriously. I don't know. I mean, sometimes we'll do what we have to do.
Correct.
To
Glad you said
save
that.
face or whatever. But yeah, so he's denying all the claims, obviously. But several women have come out and said that he has either raped them or sexually assaulted them or make them perform some type of sexual acts to get into movies or get movie roles.
The amazing thing about having power like he had, 'cause he doesn't have it anymore.
Not at all.
Sure, a lot of those women felt like they didn't have a choice. And that's the sad thing about it.
Yeah.
Is like, I want to work, so if I feel like I want to have a career, I have to allow this to happen, because otherwise I'm just going to get, blacklisted and people will not want to work with me. Like, it's sad that people had to feel like that. But
Does anybody think that he's going to get off on that rich white folks disease, affluenza?
Well,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He's too rich.
He's out of here.
He's too rich to know right from wrong.
He's out of here.
Is it because they let Bill Cosby go, so now somebody's got to take the phone?
Bill Cosby he got another trial coming up in March. They finna get Harvey out of here. Trust me.
I don't think he's going to actually do jail time, though.
Bill Cosby just need to not wake up one morning.
The bad.
Well, moving on to today's bad isn't any better. The young lady in Kevin Hart's alleged sex tape is not amused by his upcoming irresponsible comedy tour. What was she thinking? Like,
she had to know he was gonna make money.
Apparently she's not familiar with Kevin Hart, because this is exactly what Kevin Hart does.
Right. Apparently not, because
Hello?
she said she didn't know he was married. So I guess she doesn't. Guess she doesn't know Kevin Hart. I think she's lying, but whatever.
hello. Well, in promos, Kevin Hart does take shots at himself for getting caught in bad situations, such as Las Vegas with the sex tape. Apparently, Lisa Bloom, of course, she's representing this young lady. She says that she finds it very distasteful while her client is receiving death threats. Bloom also said that this stuff takes a toll mentally and physically, and now with this tour, it's like the whole thing was a joke. The young lady, of course, released the sex tape and continued to work with authorities to expose how she is attempting to extort Kevin Hart with the sex footage. So she's defending the fact that she's not extorting Kevin Hart, and he's saying that she is.
Hold on, did he say she was?
He said somebody
extorted me.
I don't think they decided who actually
was going. Yeah, well, that's what it says.
Well, yeah,
expose the crooks who attempted to extort him.
If she wants to get paid, he needs to go on tour.
Yeah.
How you get the money? He's got to make some money to pay you.
No, they're quote unquote working together to find the extortionists.
They are, but she's not asking for no money.
Right.
I'm sure she will.
That is my point.
No, she asked for some money to take the lie detector test.
Right.
So
Lisa Bloom will figure out some way to turn this around, Kevin Hart.
I'm sure.
That's what she does. Her and Gloria Allred.
And the ugly.
And rounding out today's good, the bad, and the ugly, Gucci Mane and his brother and mom didn't go to this big $1 million wedding.
Wow.
Said it ain't so. Well, according to reports, Gucci Mane gave his mother and brother the fierce shoulder because they weren't invited to this lavish wedding. The youngest brother, Nate, says he has no idea why he was left out of the wedding. And then apparently, I guess the oldest brother, Duke, was actually the best man. So obviously there's something brewing or something going on in the situation where you don't want your family at $1 million wedding. I mean,
he knows exactly why he's not at the wedding.
He knows.
He knows exactly why.
Especially if the older brother was the best man, he knows.
The thing is, he knows that the reason Gucci will not say out loud.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he said that.
Because Gucci's not gonna put he's not gonna put his family business out there.
What's the reason?
No, we won't know because Gucci not gonna say it.
Yeah.
Right. And he's not gonna. His brother's not gonna say it because
he messed up.
Right.
What about the mama?
Maybe she ain't. Maybe she ain't right.
She ain't right.
It's not like Gucci gonna tell us. So
right. Gucci.
Unless they write a tell-all book, ain't nothing gonna happen.
Oh, that's coming next.
He is writing a book though.
Oh yeah, that's right. He is writing a book.
Yeah.
Gucci.
Yeah.
He has a book, tour,
it's
TV, and
book is out.
Yeah.
So.
I think he has 2 though, right? Is that his second book? Or his first book?
I think that's his first book.
Okay, I think because I watched an interview with him, and I think he has another one coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess it'll get interesting as...
Oh, it won't be in there.
You don't think so?
No.
Maybe there is part of the new TV show. Maybe they have to be out of the wedding so that they could be on the TV show. Nate seemed like he could bring up some drama.
Mm-hmm.
Make good for TV.
Maybe that's how they planned it too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, build some hype up.
Yeah, dun 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 dun. Mm-hmm. Mama and brother's not invited to the wedding. Stay tuned to the first episode. Okay.
Finale. Obviously, that's a season finale, Keena. Come on. I gotta help you. I gotta show you how to build a reality show. We're gonna talk about it.
Well, thank you, Yellow. I can always count on you for something.
Something.
It's your girl, Myskenna, wrapping up today's Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Thanksgiving Day. It's the Feed the Homeless Drive, Emerald City Bar and Grill, 2532 Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Dallas. It's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Get on out there. I know you're going to want some of that food. You can come out. Plus, they're going to have some toiletries and different things like that they're also going to be giving away. If you want to make a donation or volunteer, visit www.mbkdallas.org or you can call 877-998-4623.
iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver, but you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta and you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. DJ Khaled, and this is iHeartRadio. Just type in the artist you love and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you with their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music all in one app. iHeartRadio.
What up, people? It's that young man, Remon, and it's time for today's reality check. Now, today's reality check goes out to people who stop living after disappointment. Now, sometimes in life, things don't work out the way we want them to, right? But if we keep living, we just may find out that things worked out in our best interest. That breakup in that relationship that you thought would last forever, or getting laid off from that job that you thought was so good, or finding out that your best friend isn't really much of a friend. Like, all of these things can turn out to be a blessing in disguise. I know it hurts. I know it's confusing. I know it's disappointing. But when you take time and you live life, you'll actually find out that things worked out in your best interest. When you actually get to your destination, you're going to be thankful that you didn't have that relationship in your way, that you didn't have that job in your way, you didn't have that no good friend holding you back. Sometimes when we get what we want, we actually get what we don't want. We end up with buyer's remorse. Sometimes we actually have to live life and walk out and just let things happen in their own time, and we'll find out how things fall into place. So when things don't work out the way you want them to, be encouraged, because they just may have worked out the way they were supposed to. That's today's reality check. You can take that to the bank.
What's up? It's the champ, the flawless one, Jerome Daniels.
This is Jay-Z.
What's up, y'all? This is Beyonce.
This is Dr. Dre. And you listen to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. Yo, 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 what's up?
Ain't nobody got time for that. So check this out.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Yellostar, and it's time for This Week in Stupid. So, you know how Chicago is the city with the highest murder rate? Mm-hmm. They also have something that they're also number one in, that they also don't want to be number one in.
Which is?
Chicago is the rattiest city in the United States.
Wow, I would never call that.
Me either. Even past New York?
Yeah, that's what I thought, too. It's like New York is number 2. But Chicago is number one for the last 3 years.
Because in New York, they got them rats that's bigger than chihuahuas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wood rats, yeah.
That's what I think of, because when I was younger, we grew up with those, because we lived behind a field. There was a field behind us.
Mm-hmm.
And when out here in Arlington, when they started all that natural gas drilling, some big old
what do they call them?
rats.
Nature rats? Or,
my God.
Yeah.
And they vicious.
Yeah. They're big and they do not play. Like
about that life.
Yeah.
They worse than hood rats.
Seriously.
Everybody give Remon a moment for that one.
Right.
They be throwing up gang signs.
Right.
Going to your bank account. Right.
You're supposed to leave some cheese out when you go to sleep.
They've been given that because they received the most complaints, and the number of complaints went up 30% from 2016.
Wow.
They tried to do stuff about it, but they didn't have a cold winter, and because of all the construction, it gives them a lot of places to hide.
So who are they complaining to?
They count the number of complaints that go into pest control services, stuff like that.
Yeah, okay.
That's where they get it from. So
Chicago didn't have a cold winter
last year.
That's because they usually get a lot of snow.
Yeah.
They
said it was mild. So it was probably cold, but not kill all the rats cold.
Gotcha.
And I'm pretty sure since it's Chicago rats, I'm pretty sure they big enough to be holding guns too. They probably be doing drive-bys and stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Like if you think about it, it's the murder capital and the rat capital. So does that mean the rats are surviving? They killing the people with the guns?
Oh, maybe it's like the Planet of the Apes, Planet of the Rats.
Like they getting ready
They're about to take over.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's crazy. But the whole thing is are the rats going to bring down the murder rate? Like, are they going to get organized and set up a system, a hierarchy? Like what if you're a made rat?
Oh.
Then nobody can mess with you because you're made. You gotta come talk to the head rat.
Kingpin.
Got the rat mafia.
Right.
Master Splinter.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Master Splinter.
Nah, Mickey.
Mickey holds it down like nobody else though.
Oh,
don't mess with
Mickey. Kill him. What?
Don't mess with Disney, yo.
What's the little rat with the cape? Golly.
Mighty
Mouse.
Fievel?
Mighty Mouse.
Oh.
Nah, the Don is Speedy Gonzales.
Right?
I thought Speedy Gonzales was
I don't know what he is.
Oh,
Jerry, Jerry and Tom. Which one's the rat?
They're
I thought he was a
both
skunk.
of those are mice.
Mice.
Oh.
No, Pepe Le Pew's a skunk. What is wrong with you? Okay, that is definitely the Speaking Stupid. Pepe Le Pew is a skunk. He is not a mouse.
VTRS, be right back.
iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. Want to listen to that station in Denver, but you're in Philly? No problem. In Atlanta, and you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station.
DJ Khaled, and this is iHeartRadio.
Just type in the artists you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. With their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music, all in one app. iHeartRadio.
So, on today's He Say, She Say topic, guys, I have a young lady
Sure.
that is dating a guy.
Mm-hmm.
They are thinking about moving in together, right? But part of the reason why she's not sure, she's like, well, there's just certain questions I need to ask him, but I don't know about how to go about asking. I was like, well, just ask him. Well, she's like, at what point do you ask for like a guy's bank account information and like his credit score and see all of that?
What? Never, ever.
What?
Ever.
So I'm wrong in telling her she's...
Yeah.
Well, that's why
Why
this
do you
is
need
He
to
Say,
know
She
my
Say.
bank account?
If y'all
Like she wants the numbers or she wants the math in the account?
I'm assuming both. I don't know. I didn't ask her.
No.
I'm assuming the math in the account and like credit score, because her thought is if y'all are moving to another level, if they're moving to another level and they're moving in together,
Then for it.
yeah,
Want to make sure he's financially stable and all of that kind of stuff.
exactly.
Okay.
So, since the conversation presented itself about them moving in together, I guess she assumed, isn't that now the time to have those kind of discussions? I don't know.
You can ask the question in a way that doesn't say, I want your account number and the amount of money in your account.
And write it down now.
So, how does she go about doing that?
You say, I want to know that you feel like you're financially stable. If something was to happen to you, do you have enough saved to make payments and do things? Are you going to get unemployment? Like, that's the question you ask. You don't ask, what is my account number and how much money is in my account? That is so disrespectful. That to me is just like, okay, so you're trying to see how many assets I'm bringing into this.
Yeah, especially if you're not offering up that information on your own self.
I think she's saying that it's going to go both ways.
Right.
She just wants to be able to bring up the conversation. Because not only, she said, not just the bank account information or the credit score. She wants to know, like, driver license, social security number. Because if you're getting ready because if you're going into a lease together, you have to provide all of that information anyway. So if y'all are going to be living together, shouldn't you know all of this?
Why does she need that?
Because we're going to go to the leasing office together, so I can give it to the lease agent directly.
At the same
because
time.
The more information you ask, the more this is starting to sound like you're trying to steal my identity.
Right.
Or you like plotting to kill me for the insurance money or something.
I mean, Equifax just had the biggest data breach of all time.
All time.
Like, I'm more scared now to give my information out than I was before. Like, I'm definitely not just going to hand it out. Like, I need to know what you need it for. It, like, do you want to put it in a lockbox and we can only access it with the same key or something like that? Like, maybe that, but like.
So how is it as a guy, you're ready to move in and you're ready to start sharing some of the most intimate times of your life, but you don't want to give the girl that you feel is deemed, qualified for this moment, not to give her your information?
Yeah. The reason why is because relationships can be temporary, but my social security number is forever.
Forever. And ever. And ever.
So she shouldn't ask for none of that.
Why does she need it?
Are we married? No.
Like when we start filing taxes together, then we'll have each other's information.
Sure.
See, ladies, this is why I say you shouldn't chat. That's my take on
That's
it.
good advice.
That's my take on it.
That's true. Yeah.
Because you're not getting none of that information out of me.
Y'all gonna live together, then that stuff is gonna be around the house anyway, so it's possible that she can get it. So it's better that she's asking you for it.
Around to find it.
But it's better for her to ask you for it than for her to have to snoop. Because I promise you, if a woman wants that information, she can get it.
Snoop?
Why does she need it?
It's more about the why than the how. Like,
okay.
I know why you're saying it. Like, if something happens, if something happens to you, I need to get some information. I need to get you medical treatment. Like, if she's asking for medical information, that's one thing. But saying, I need your social security number, what's your credit score, how much money is in your bank account, like, those are different questions than I want to keep you safe and make sure that if something happens to you that I can take care of you appropriately.
Because that's prying for information.
Right. It doesn't feel right.
Right.
So you could be with a woman for 10 years, unmarried. She shouldn't have your social security number or your...
Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
No.
You said 10
I'm going to say it. No, she don't need to have it.
Why? I mean, because
Because there ain't no commitment after 10 years. There's no need. This isn't going to the next level.
Vincent has been waiting for this commitment for 10 years, and he hasn't gotten it. So she's not getting the information.
Wait, why does this get turned?
He's waiting.
No.
Right. So, at what point is it okay to share that information from a guy's point of view?
When we're filing taxes together.
It just depends on how long you've been together. Like, I don't think under a year or two, I don't know that I really want to share that information. Maybe past that, but like.
So you're okay with having sex with the woman, but you're not okay with giving her your information.
Apples and oranges.
You're okay with living with her.
False negatives.
But you are not okay with giving her your information.
They're two different things.
Apples and oranges.
How come it's two different things?
Because you can go out to a club, meet a guy, and have sex with him, and not give him your social security number.
Yeah, thank you.
Exactly. And he can give you something and you don't know how to go find them.
It's two apples and oranges.
That's just, you're taking two different things and trying to make them the same. They're not.
Sorry, I couldn't get that answer for you, sweetie. Keep listening.
No, we gave her the answer. You got your answer.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
Today's He Say, She Say is brought to you by Tiki's Shaved Ice. Come down to 1626 Morrell Avenue, Dallas, Texas, 75203 to get all of your snow cone snack needs.
Syndicated, award-winning.
Syndicated.
Yeah, award-winning syndicated, award-winning. Your new home for Black Star Power. What was our other one?
Critically acclaimed.
I'm trying to throw back. Number 1 for independent radio.
Number 1 for independent hip hop and R&B.
Yeah.
I ran those drops a lot.
Wow. Can you believe 10 years of the VTRS in a matter of weeks?
Is it?
Yeah.
It's been 10 years.
In December, it'll be 10 years.
10 years.
What?
Yep. I've been looking at your face a long time. She been making that one a long time.
Oh my God, is that looking at this game? I mean, that means I've been dealing with my moody ass for 10 years.
Yeah. God puts all kind of tests in your life.
I was trying to figure out today something to ponder. Thank you, guys.
Oh Lord.
Oh, we gave you the topic?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Oh my gosh. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
You're welcome, Keena. You're welcome.
For those that had missed the Sterling K. Brown interview, hopefully y'all enjoyed that. For those that missed it, sorry didn't get to all the.
If you didn't get it,
stations.
You can definitely check it on. You can check it on your Alexa device. All you have to do is say, "Hey Alexa, play the Vincent Tucker Radio Show and the Sterling Silver interview."
Now playing the Vincent Tucker Radio Show
on all Amazon Alexa devices.
There you go.
It's all about progression.
iTunes, everything. You got us.
Wow.
We out here.
Hey.
I like how you dropped that. It's all about progression on the beat. On to the next beat.
On to the next one. Loiterers should be arrested. Final shout outs and comments, Keena.
Shout outs to you guys for 10 years. Who knew? Man.
Why you say it like that?
I just can't believe you're still alive after 10 years.
Yeah, I can't believe you hadn't killed him yet.
I can't either. But it's all love because I don't think we fight that bad
anymore.
No, not since season 2. Season 2 was horrible.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I don't know how we made it because season 2 was horrible.
Because Yellostar is a patient man.
Yellostar was he's definitely done a lot of counseling for the second year.
He's doing a lot of counseling and a lot of drinking at home.
Except for that one time.
Well, except for that one time.
Got fed up.
See, what y'all don't know is there was this one time when Vincent and I... No, I'm just joking.
Jeez. This is how rumors started? This is how rumors start?
Sound like there was this one time in band camp.
Right. All right. Final shout out. Celeste and Deja, you know your mommy loves you. Again, guys, thank you for 10 years. I think we're trying to put something together, so stay tuned for that. Shout outs to ATD. I hope you feel better. Shout outs to each and every one of you for listening.
Shout out to everybody listening to the show. If you hear us right now, we appreciate it, and we thank you for listening. That's what Yellostar.
Shout out to everybody that's been tuning into the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. Greatly appreciate it. Shout out to everybody in this room. I love y'all. Shout out to Charity E, DJ SQ, Chris P, everybody who's part of Team Heartbreak. That's it for this young man, Remon. I'm up out of here. Peace and many blessings.
I just get caught up sometimes. Just the whole, the VTRS can now be heard on iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
Can now be heard on Amazon devices.
Yeah.
The last, 6-7 weeks for the broadcast has been amazing. And I just can't wait to see what happens.
On to the net.
Y'all need Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
Today's something to ponder is just a simple thought. But God. From Psalms 3:1-3 says, "O Lord, how many are my foes? How many rise up against me? But you are a shield around me. O Lord, you bestow glory on me and lift my head." Today's word is, when David wrote this verse, he was in a very difficult situation. He was actually running for his life from his own son who wanted to kill him and take over the throne. Can you imagine? David was probably overwhelmed, distraught, heartbroken, betrayed, and abandoned. Have you ever felt that way? But did you notice that David didn't just tell the Lord about his problems? He told the Lord about his faith. And when he said that, but God, you are my shield around me, David made a choice to clearly focus on God's goodness no matter what. We have to remember, circumstances may be tough, but God is working behind the scenes on our behalf. We may be facing difficult relationships, but God is a restorer today. We may have overwhelming needs. God is our provider. The doctor may have told us that there's an incurable disease, but God is our healer today. Things may look impossible, but with God, all things are possible. If you keep that constant attitude of faith and victory, you'll see that God's hands is always on the move in your life. And when you experience the life of victory and what He has in store for you, you will do nothing but rejoice. Father God, we just say thank you for always being faithful and working in our lives. Today we open up our hearts and we choose to focus on you instead of our circumstances. I know that with you all things are possible. In Jesus' name, amen.
For the crew is Vincent Heartbreak Tucker. See y'all on the other side. This episode of the Vincent Tucker Radio Show is produced by Aaron Channel. Executively produced by Aaron Channel, Arkina Dansberg, and Vincent Heartbreak Tucker. The VTRS is a CWC Entertainment Group LLC production.